due to the popularity of a video I did before about packing orders, I'm going to do a few more. So here's my order. I've hidden the customer details, obviously that's not for anyone else to know. And this customer's got a lot of clear quartz and rose quartz, so it suggests they're working on creating a more loving heart, but also creating a mind that doesn't sit there and distract them away from love, like sit there in its bad thoughts, very unclear ideas. You know, this is about a heart mind opening to feeling better about things. Now, this is obviously clear quartz. This one is Tibetan quartz or Sichuan quartz. So geologically, they would call that a smoky, but it's actually got quite a lovely energy of its own. Now, you can see there, the bead's not perfect, but you know, that's the nature of crystals. They have little dents and dings and not everything can be polished out. And right beside it, it's got some really gorgeous little needles in some of the beads. So I mean, honestly, this is a bracelet that you can just spend time thoroughly enjoying every bead. Rose quartz, everyone recognizes that. Here we have a clear quartz ball, lots of life in it. And a clear quartz sphere, clear quartz pyramid. Now, a lot of the stuff was priced because it was in one of our shops. Now, you might get horrified with what I'm doing, but I know how to angle the scissor blade so it's gliding across the surface. Believe me, it's not cutting into it. Okay, I'm using eucalyptus oil. No, actually, orange power sticky spot dissolver. I mean, it's brilliant to get these labels off because they're nice, strong labels. I'm adding in some bracelet repair because over time bracelets will fail. Please note, bracelets should not be worn when playing games. And she bought a bag of rose quartz, which means often these are getting bought by people who are using them for group events. So maybe they're doing a meditation group, or she's doing a grid, because certainly this, and this suggests some grid work being done. So my intention as I do this is that the crystals are being cleansed as I am wrapping and packing them. Just cutting down the paper there. So obviously I know how strong certain crystals are and whether I need to do extra wrapping, but here I'm doing my best to protect all the points. Oh, I thought I just saw a little rainbow there. The rainbows come from the fractures. So some people get a bit upset when they don't see a perfectly clear ball or tower or pendulum or something, but you know, nature is constantly moving the earth, and so as a crystal grows, it doesn't, you know, it just ends up with this little fracture line. But for us, we get to see lovely rainbows. I mean, even air can get caught as the liquid solution cools between the rocks in which it's forming, and then you get some lovely mists. It's one of the good signs that you've got a real crystal is actually if you can see all of these lovely little fractures. I'm just going to double check nothing terribly bad's happened to all these tumbles. I mean, you are getting them at a discount, but let's just double check they haven't broken in the drawer while they waited to be sold. I can't feel anything wrong with those. I did have one customer who bought a whole lot of rose quartz tumbles because she was putting it on a grave of her much loved father. I thought that was very sweet. What a nice way to celebrate someone's life by giving them the gift of some crystals on their grave. Now, I just should have double checked first, but yes, there was one of those. And definitely one of those. And one of those. One of those. One of those. And that. Okay, so I picked it correctly. It's all kind of the double way, and I double check I haven't gone astray. As these are going in a padded bag, I'm not going to create a huge amount of extra wrapping material. That little pyramid's a little bit more worrying, so it'll get some of its own wrap. I try and do what I can to recycle bubble wrap and this butcher paper. As well, do my little bit to try and ensure the planet's left with less less footprint. Less footprint of, you know, crap, but we're all getting better. That is a relief to see so many people getting better at trying to avoid these things, but I would rather these crystals arrive safely and in one piece by putting a bit of bubble wrap on them. Okay, so I've decided this order would be better going in a box. Yep, that's going to fit. So now I need to get the cards. So we always send our cards with the crystals, so this became a very easy way to keep everything organised. It's nothing like worse than having all your stuff blow everywhere when we used to be at markets, but it also made it easier for the staff at the shop. Not sure if these are going to 2 people, so I'll give 2 cards of that. Give 2 different cards about rose quartz. And there's my Tibetan. Okay. So, pop that in. Double check there was nothing on the other side. No. And now I'll just write a little card to this customer. Okay, so the card's going in. I don't need to add any extra padding, so I'm just going to play the game of getting everything to those bracelets are being a little bit stubborn, so I'll do this instead. So I started another little innovation since I now do all the wrapping and packing. It was way too difficult to do it when we also used to have a shop, which is just a little bit of tissue paper to make it look a little extra special. Make you feel a little more excited when your crystal friends arrive. I'm not the best wrapper and packer. Just go with the idea here. There we are. So I know the customer paid for it, but I hope she enjoys this little bit of extra gift wrapping. Just in case there's some rain on the way to this parcel being sent, we do put things in plastic satchels. Nothing worse if you get soggy boxes and everything.